I mean, you sort of indicated towards a more traditional captain, vice captain setup in korfball most of the time. Have you had much experience of being part of a designated leadership group in your career?
Yeah, certainly for the Scotland team, I was part of that leadership group, and you retain some experienced players with every selection of the squad, but you'll always have new players coming in. They need time to settle and they need to be kind of introduced to the group and helped along the way as to what's expected and how things work. So it is important to have a leadership group there, because one person isn't going to be able to handle all of that responsibility for themselves. So it is important to get a group together, working with the coach in order to really help seal that vision within the whole group.
Do you think that's better than having the more traditional captain, vice captain?
Again, I think it's situational. If you're in your clubs and training together regularly, then you don't necessarily need such a large leadership group. They're more working towards the tactical side of things, and the experienced players being able to say what's happening on court. But at national level, when you're working with larger squads, with less training time together, less team bonding being able to occur, then certainly that leadership group is really important. So I think there are pros and cons to both. You don't want too many voices in a smaller group, but you don't want to put all of that effort on one person when you're talking about a larger setup with the national team.
In my sport of field hockey, the GB men's team had a setup where there was 3 captains, and they sort of rotated on a game by game basis. But they also, by default, kind of made up a group, a captaincy group, and it would appear that they were on different sections of the pitch as well. One was the goalkeeper, the other was a defender, the other was a midfielder. So they were in different lines, so to speak. Would this sort of thing work in korfball, where there are basically 2 sections of a pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. So the captain can only be in one division at a time, so they'll only have influence over half of the team. So you do need a vice captain or another leader in the other division when things are going wrong. I do think it's quite interesting about the selection of a captain, whether they should be always on the court or not. Because if you're reliant on that captain to be able to change things on court, then you need them on court all of the time.
Is there a rolling substitution thing in korfball?
There is, yeah, quite similar to basketball, except for we're limited to the amount of substitutions we can make, but you can come on and off the court. So you can give someone 5-10 minutes rest and bring them back on.